Hello. Just logged off of work. It is 5:30 and we got my latest book purchase. I've bought a lot of books lately. They're either historical research books, novels, or writing craft books. So I told myself no more buying books, but then I was watching this YouTube video, I don't remember who it was, recommending this book about writing dialogue. And they said that this was like the book to have in your shelf. It's a classic for screenwriters or fiction writers. So I had to get it. And I got a used book, but look at this. So here's the book, but they sold it without the jacket. That is a first for me. I usually only buy used books. This is a first, receiving a book without its jacket. And if you're wondering what the actual book is, there's the book. What's on the schedule for this evening is continue to work on Girl Night development, and that is either reading historical research books or just finagling with the outline and my notes. And I need to start working on a freelance job. It's been ongoing with this magazine, so every week I have to submit either thumbnails or the final. So for this week I have to submit thumbnails, and I'm going to start that tonight so that by tomorrow I just need to do half of that work. I'm trying to space out my work so I don't have to spend one evening entirely on freelance stuff. So those are the two main things I want to do tonight. I'm not going to go to the gym because I am sore as heck. So probably need to take a break to rest because tomorrow we're going back to the gym for another class. So for now, let's gather our things and hit the couch. I read a ton of this book this morning, so I'm almost halfway done with it. And so far it's been really good, very helpful. I've added a bunch more tabs. So the side tabs are just informational sections, and the top tabs are direct things that I want to include into Girl Night. I noticed I still have this damn book to finish. It's another general overview of the medieval time period, specifically for people who want to use it as a reference, especially like writers. These two books are actually very similar in style because they're divided by subject matter. They explain everything in like an overview, but with explicit details. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of like long Wikipedia articles of different sections. For this book, I'm more than halfway done with it, so I really should just power through it and try to complete it tonight. And if I can get through at least half of it, that would be great as well, because again, we need to start writing in 2 days. So we need to get rid of these two books. And this is my Medieval Siege book. I took off the jacket because it was too cool and I don't want it damaged right now. These other books are writing craft books that I don't necessarily need to finish before July 1st, but they're so far really good. This book is so thick because the pages are super thin. This will take forever to finish. I'm not gonna have time to finish it before July 1st. And this one, I'm not even halfway done with it either, so this one's definitely gonna not be finished before that. So the goal this week, I guess, is to finish these two books, extract whatever information I have on the tabs, put them in my scene cards or notes stuff. I also have notes here, scenes that I need to update my outline with. There's lots of things I need to do before Thursday, so this is gonna be kind of time crunchy. Look at that booty. We're now in the section about feasts, And I have a feeling that this is definitely very much concentrated on England's medieval traditions. And that is part of my problem with some of these books. They're very England-centric, understandably, and I need to know more French-centric medieval stuff. Those are really hard to find unless I look for specifically French history books. I can read French, but it'll take me 3 times as long to read it because then I'd have to have a dictionary next to me just to translate some of the more academic words. I've tried reading French history articles and yeah, they take forever to slodge through. It's just a huge challenge for my basic French. It has not been really an option for me. Half of the information on these books don't really pertain to what I'm doing, but they're still fun to read about. They are very similar in their format. They're similar in their purpose, which is to give you an overall view with enough details about the period. Compared to the two, I think this one wins because it has so many more details, like these breakdowns of hierarchies. Like, these are very useful. In general, I really have never seen a proper way of explaining something like the social hierarchy of this period. Not visually like this. This is super helpful. Just because of this and how useful it is for reference, I think this definitely is a better winner than this book. This is just too general. This is like for beginners. This is probably for people who barely know what a castle is. Yeah, maybe. So if you are interested in medieval stuff and you know what castles are, I don't recommend this one. Grab a copy of this one. Also, it's thicker, so get a lot more out of this one. There is a series of life in a medieval village and life in a medieval town. I have the village one. I already read through that one. It was murky, but also being a peasant was a murky identity as well. Like, actually this book explains very well how our concept of a medieval peasant is too simple. That didn't exist back then. There's so much more nuance to people of the third estate that this book really breaks that down and the psychology of that identity, versus this one just kind of touches upon it. Probably donate this book after I'm done with Girl Night because I really don't need it. Now, I do have tabs. It's for quick referencing, like food in a typical feast at a castle. And honestly, this is information you could get online. I probably already have pages bookmarked online listing typical foods in a medieval feast. So I really don't need this. I really want to finish this and be done with it, and we're gonna finish it. Time to work on freelance stuff. I finished this book. I got nothing else to say about it. Onto the bookshelf it goes. Bloop. So it's not actually due today. It's due on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. So that means I don't need to draw all of the thumbnails today, but I should at least get a head start. So I'm switching my iPad from writing mode to art mode, which is it's just easier case for me to be able to use the screen. Because it's an article, I'm gonna first read the article, duh, and then doodle as many thumbnails as I can think of, so that maybe for tomorrow I can look at the doodles and pick out the 3 best ones. I can't show you what I'm gonna work on, so I will see you once I'm done. It's 9 o'clock. I made 2 measly thumbnails. I don't know if they'll be any good. I just want to read. So I think we could call it a night, right? This'll just be something for later Jasmine to deal with. If you've seen my other vlogs, which is probably not at all the case, future Jasmine is a recurring guest. I tend to leave a lot of stuff for her to deal with, including this. If you are seeing this and you're thinking, damn, it's 9 o'clock, isn't this woman married? Jonathan's not home yet. He's having to work a lot of overtime this week, so I think I'm gonna change in my PJs and read in bed. Please don't judge me.